Hello and welcome back to Leander98 channel. Today, we're not really doing a tutorial, but more so this is going to be, well, one of two things. It's either going to be A, a motivational video, which is what I hope it is, or B, it's just going to be a video of me gloating. And I really hope it's the first part. So, what do I got here? Well, this isn't really anything to do with the video. This is actually a 2013 Fiesta ST that I just made. And I don't know if the printer's loud enough upstairs in my room, but you can hear that this is currently on the printer right now. However, like I said, this is not going to be the subject of the video. Today's subject is going to be how bad of a blueprint can you go until it's about impossible to make. Honestly, that answer I've yet to come across, because yes, there's some things that put me off, but in the end, after I do it, it actually turns out really good. So we're going to go over a couple blueprints that I have used, and we're going to actually see how the finished product was. So let's first start off with something very minute. We're going to go down to Peugeot, to our 206. Now the blueprint that we got is pretty good except for one thing, and that should be pretty noticeable once it pops up here. Once it pops up here. There we go. Okay, so we got a pretty solid front, a pretty solid rear. I just realized I completely forgot about this centerpiece right there because I know I was going to put that on separate. And an alright side view. Where's the top? Okay, well, some blueprints don't come with a top view, and that is extraordinarily annoying. But is it possible? Oh yeah. And this is the first example I'm showing you. So yes, it is possible. So we're going to close that one down, and let's take a look at this Peugeot. Open. Peugeot. And, well, let's slap smooth on there. And there we go. Yeah, see, I'm missing my centerpiece there, but it's still. And obviously, I have it set up for headlight lenses. But yeah, without a top view, this looks really good. Now, how did I work around that? Well, there's two ways I've done it. One is using Google. Google's a very strong thing to use. Definitely, I would advise using it no matter what you're doing, even if you got the best blueprint in the world. Because sometimes, even if the blueprint has a top view, you don't usually see what's here from a top view of how far it is or not. So usually you end up just following this front line here. And that's exactly how we got around the top view, is that we basically just mained the front view, and then we just used, well, as the front view kind of shows, it's just has a slight curve to it. We kind of went kind of flatter, but it just has a slight curve to it. So that's what we did here, just a slight curve, well, flat, and so on. But did we switch here? And then obviously, come on, there we go. And then to go off the curvature of the roof, we use this line right here because we start very here, and then by the time we end, we're all over here. So then what you do in that case, started here, ended here, and then you just place your lines there to get this to curve nicely as it goes out. Same goes for the top there. This one's kind of flat up top. Maybe it curves just a little out a bit, so that worked really well. Okay, on to the next blueprint we're going to take a look at. This technically was a complete blueprint. However, it has a niche that I absolutely hate about some people that make blueprints. Yeah, Oldsmobile of all things. It's an Aerotech. Oh god, which one was it? Was it this one? I guess it'll take a while to find out. But basically what it is that when looking for a blueprint, this is it. Okay, good. First pick. You want everything in an orthographic view. What's that mean? Okay, orthographic means that it is viewed straight on. And perspective is the complete opposite, to where everything in the world is perspective. That the farther away it is, the smaller it gets. So in orthographic, it doesn't matter how far away it gets or how close it is, the size of it looks exactly the same. And as we can tell here, the front is obviously closer in this picture, and the back is farther away, so it does that. Same goes for here, and you could kind of almost say Like, luckily, the side and the top view I got lucky with. So that was good. So, what came out from that? Well, probably the same thing you can guess. Something pretty good. So, Oldsmobile, Aerotech Mini Z. And look at that. Came out pretty good. Also with help of Google to try and figure out this little side splitter. Let's see, what else did it help? Yeah, it kind of also helped with a number of things that were missing. But as we can see here, oh, I guess I do have my blueprint right here. Oh yeah, I got the deepness of these vents. Yeah, didn't really go for the exhaust port considering that this is just an open hole back here pretty much. So lots of aero potential right there. And it's called an Aerotech. But yeah, this is and it just barely fit the RC chassis considering that it's very low down. So the fact that it fits is great, but it does have some slight steering problems. We'll probably see this car once again in the channel once I can actually get the chassis that it has going again. Okay, so now we looked at two cases. One where it's missing a part of the blueprint, and two, it's a really bad blueprint. Now, I don't have... There is another thing that, and it's with Mazda 3. I think it's like a 2011. At least that's the one I was going for, considering my brother has one. So I wanted to make one for him for Christmas, or his birthday. And, well, there was one thing with the blueprint. 3 out of the 4 were the correct bodies. One of them, and I think it was the front view, was a 2008, and it had a completely different front bumper than the other prints. So, yeah, we had to work around that. So, what? Oh, I got a spoosy one for you guys last. How about absolute garbage? So, oh boy, do I? Well, either way, Hot Wheels. Do I have the scan in here? Oh, come on, I don't have the scan. Oh, it's on my thumbstick. Yeah, we'll show you guys what it looked like. I really hope I don't need anything else because every single port on this computer is filled. Got the USB for my mic, the aux for my mic. I got the USB thumbstick. I got my mouse, and I got the charger. Poor thing. I got 5 things plugged into it. Okay, so I am going to show you something so pure, so amazing that your heart cannot combat. So what is this absolute hunk of trash I'm about to show you? Well, we're actually going to go into our template. And we're going to import object. Rapid prototyping. Oh, here it is. Are you ready for some absolute garbage? So basically, what's the story behind this? Well, I wanted to make a Hot Wheels car. If you don't know what the Deora 2 is, it's basically based off the original Dodge concept car, the Deora, that was back in the 1960s. And then the new Deora was basically the when Hot Wheels was doing their tuner phase for the early 2000s. And yeah, the Deora 2 was created, and now they just made a Deora 3 part of their electric car craze. Same goes with the twin mill. Oh, what did they call the new twin mill? I don't know, but they didn't call it the twin mill 4, which was kind of disappointing. But yeah, and that was all part of the electric car craze, and now part of the tuner car craze was this. So this was a scan. This was scanned just so I can make a blueprint off of it. And here is what it came up with. Get ready to cue up the Avengers Endgame theme because this is going to be atrocious. It's thinking! Oh, Christ! This hunk of garbage. Well, this was a scan of a car, of a Hot Wheels that I did at my school, and for the most part, it looks atrocious. I tell you what, before I was doing the modeling of cars in here, I might have been happy if this was the actual model I got to use for an RC car. Thank God I'm beyond that. So, I used this to model a car. But obviously first, I had to use it for a blueprint. So, I made a blueprint out of it. If I go to Documents, Bodies, should be in Hot Wheels. Dior 2. So yes, I made a blueprint out of this horrendous model. And, it didn't look like this, I promise. Come on. You can do better than that, computer. Come on, please. You know what? I might actually have to go to the blend for this, considering that you're not helping. Okay, fine. We'll, oh, nope, can't do that because it's just going to throw me an error. So Hot Wheels, Diora blend. Okay, kind of spoiling it there, but yes, this is equivalent of the blueprint that was made. So I had to align the model so then I could get a good side, good top, good rear, and good front, which that part was easy. However, actually getting the model to be its initial position like this was kind of difficult. And I don't know if you can tell just by this. This was the the new remodel Dior 2, where it has this disgusting tumor coming off of the front like this. Instead of, yeah, because it comes all the way out here, but the old one literally ran around right there. I don't know why they did that, but something that they did, and it's awful. Okay, but let's... Yep, right here. That horrendous thing I was able to use as a blueprint and model this. I even got the engine detail in there. It's not super engine detail, but it's engine detail, rather than just being an empty hole right here. And yes, it did cheat to stack the exhaust. But yeah, that's that. And I was able to make that out of the absolute trash that was that scan. So, like I said, the whole point of this video was to be a motivational to show that even if a blueprint is really bad, you can still do it. Or I just showed you how good I can be at turning trash into something really nice. One of the two works. And yeah, this one printed and it came out really good. It actually fit, considering how low this part was. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. I do, basically the whole point of this channel, even though we've derived from Little Big Planet, was to be a design channel. Taught you how to make cars in Little Big Planet, taught you how to make a 3D, well yeah, we're doing 3D printing design. 3D printable bodies for, in our case, RC cars. And maybe I'll even get into how to do it for a Hot Wheels car, considering I do have a, well, that I know of, the only Suzuki Escudo Hot Wheels car. So if you are part of the Reddit that saw that, thank you. As well as the Hot Wheels custom group that I'm a part of, thank you as well. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.